everybody, I'm Lara Rayworth, Medical Director's Office Manager at the University Hospitals of Derby and Burton. I'm here today to talk to you about the Dyad and governance structure for our Armed Forces network at the Trust. I'll just start by giving a little bit of background as to our journey towards the accreditation. So our UHDB Armed Forces network is part of our equality, diversity and inclusion agenda at the Trust, and with that comes quite a number of benefits. So as we sit under the EDI umbrella, we're given an executive sponsor, and within that provides us with quite a robust governance route, and again a clear escalation process to support where we may meet some barriers, which has been really helpful. My role in supporting the Armed Forces network was established in January of 21 rather, and I was given some protected time within my role to support the existing work that had already been undertaken. UHDB is it's not even newly, we're 4 years post-merger, and as a single site, the Royal Derby Hospital had signed the Armed Forces Covenant. Unfortunately, the Burton Hospital site hadn't really made any inroads into the Armed Forces agenda at the Trust. So the first thing we did really was to reconfirm our commitment to the Armed Forces network, and we did that in June 2021 when we re-signed the covenant as a unified trust, and that was really us making our mark and setting out our stall almost, that we're committed to improving the Armed Forces agenda and work that we're doing at the Trust. So our Dyad at the Trust, we have a Veterans Champion Dyad, and within that, as I've already said, we have an executive lead who is our Medical Director, Dr. James Crampton. I'm the management lead, and then we have our lead nurse for professional standards who acts as our clinical lead, and that's a really important role. And our HR member is Pippa, who is our recruitment manager, and again that links quite nicely in terms of the wider veteran piece and having that link into recruitment, HR, support with policies, etc. And then we've also got Chris, who is he's our veteran lead. He is a veteran of the Armed Forces, and again his background and his experience is instrumental in supporting the work that we do. We've just introduced a number of Armed Forces champions across the Trust, and again that was our ambition to implement those roles to kind of maximise the veteran aware status at the Trust, and they're dotted around the Trust in a number of roles. So we've got some nursing colleagues, some non-clinical colleagues, some colleagues within HR and recruitment. So again that really just kind of embeds our Dyad and enables those conversations and decisions and support within the organisation. In terms of the governance of our Armed Forces network, so we have our Armed Forces group, which reports directly into our EDI group, and thereafter that reports into our People, Culture and Improvement group and directly into Trust Board. And within that, we've got members of our Dyad that sit at all levels of that governance structure. And again, that's been instrumental in enabling those decisions, support with barriers, and really supporting embedding the veteran aware agenda. So within the Armed Forces group, we've got all members of our Dyad. Within the EDI group, our HR and myself as the management Dyad sit within that group. Within the People, Culture and Improvement Committee, we've got our clinical and our HR Dyad. And at the very top at Trust Board, we've got our Executive Dyad, who is our Executive Medical Director. So what impact has the Dyad had on supporting our veteran aware agenda? So the Dyad has really been instrumental and plays an important role in providing that ongoing support. Since our accreditation back in November 2021, we've seen the implementation of a guaranteed interview scheme, the implementation of the Armed Forces ambassador roles, a veteran focus group, which we've also implemented as a system approach, and the more recent achievement of gold ERS. So again, all of those aspects have required the support of the Dyad. So the governance support and the individual support in the areas that the Dyad covers has been instrumental in the achievement of all of those aspects. So if I give a case study, our guaranteed interview scheme was approved recently in September 2022. The guaranteed interview scheme was really championed by the HR and executive lead within the Dyad, and they really helped with garnering the support and the buy-in from the trust. The governance structure that we had therefore ensured that there was appropriate support and sign-off for the proposal. So we took we did some background work and we spoke to organisations that had implemented such a scheme for service leavers, and we then met as a collaborative, as an armed forces network, agreed our approach. We then took that through to the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Group for approval, then went to the People and Committee and Inclusion Group, and thereafter it went to Trust Board for ratification. So having those members of the Dyad at each of those levels was instrumental in getting that work and that process approved and embedded within the trust. I've also got an example of a patient story whereby we have the support of the Dyad again was instrumental in improving and supporting a veteran patient that we had. So if we go back to January 2020, this patient, who was a veteran of the armed forces, had a not particularly positive experience at the trust. There was lots of things that we perhaps didn't get right as an organisation. So fast forward to 2021, same patient, same inpatient stay in the same ward, and with the work that the Dyad had done, certainly the lead nurse for professional standards in really widening that education around veteran needs and requirements and things we perhaps need to do differently or think differently, was instrumental in improving the patient's journey, and the feedback from the individual was much better. So again, for me, that was just an example of how the Dyad can support at all levels, and I think our governance structure really enables that.